Swashbucklers are dashing adventurers. They are rogues who bring flair to the battlefield. Their swordsmanship lean towards a more acrobatic and duel-focused style. They are light on their feet, able to weave in and out of combat, leaving enemies befuddled. They favor one-on-one fights, relying on their agility and swordplay to take down opponents. Hello guys, Genuine here of Genuine Gaming, and here is my Swashbuckler build for Baldur's Gate 3. This is not the same Swashbuckler subclass of the Rogue in D&D 5e, but inspired by it. I play this build in Honor mode. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to like, and for more Baldur's Gate 3 videos, subscribe to the channel. Overview. Swashbucklers rely on agility and finesse in combat. They typically wear light armor and wield weapons like rapiers or daggers. They excel at dodging attacks and maneuvering around the battlefield. They may not have the fancy footwork and rakish audacity abilities as in D&D 5e, but I gave them some capabilities and maneuvers that they become fun to play with and feel like a swashbuckler. To build my swashbuckler, I needed a multi-class of a fighter with Battlemaster subclass and a rogue with Thief subclass. Gear and equipment. The main focus of our gear is to have a good amount of damage output. Dexterity-based weapons are not known for having a huge amount of damage. The highest damage-dealing weapon we can get is the rapier. There are good rapiers scattered in Act 1. We can use any of those until we get the Duelist Prerogative, which is a reward for completing the quest Save Vanra. This is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It improves our critical hit chance by 5%. Moreover, we gain an additional reaction per turn. That is if we do not have a weapon on our offhand. We can also use our reaction to deal additional necrotic damage equal to our proficiency bonus every time we hit our enemy with a weapon. This weapon also gives us an additional melee attack if we are not dual wielding. Since we are using a piercing weapon, I suggest wearing the Baalist armor. Enemies within 2 meters of our swashbuckler become vulnerable to piercing damage unless they are resistant or immune to it. That would mean it would double our damage output if they are not resistant or immune. This is paired with the bone spike gloves. This pair of gloves allows our swashbuckler to ignore resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage. The problem with these 2 pieces of equipment is that it is difficult to acquire. Baalist armor needs our main character to become the unholy assassin. The bone spike gloves can be looted from Strangler Luke during the trial to enter the Temple of Baal. We need to loot him before the trial is complete, or else the item won't be obtained, as he will despawn after completion of the trial. As a replacement for the armor, I suggest the elegant studded leather. As for the gloves, it could be any gloves that can increase our damage output like the Dark Justiciar gauntlets. For our rings, I would suggest getting the Caustic Band and the Callous Glow ring. They give us 2 acid damage and 2 radiant damage respectively. Build. I used Astarion for my run for this build, but if we want to use it for our main character, I suggest having the Wood Elf or Half Wood Elf for our race. This would give us an additional 1.5 meters of our movement speed and proficiency in stealth skills. This also gives us the Fey Ancestry feature, which would give us an advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put us to sleep. For our class, we start with the Rogue. As a level 1 rogue, we get sneak attack. For our abilities, we make the swashbuckler strength 12, dexterity 16, constitution 16, and charisma 14. We will be getting 4 skill points and 2 points for our expertise feature. I suggest putting our expertise on sleight of hand and perception. We could also put one of our expertise in persuasion skills if we need a face for our party. Prior to level 2, we go for a moment in the fighter class. As a level 1 fighter, we get a fighting style. For our fighting style, we choose dueling. When we are wielding a melee weapon that is not two-handed or versatile in one hand and no weapon in the other hand, we gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon. We also get Second Wind as a bonus action. We restore 1d10 plus fighter level of hit points. We can use this ability once per short rest. At card to level 3, our Swashbuckler is now a level 2 fighter. As a level 2 fighter, we get the Action Surge ability. Our Swashbuckler immediately gets an extra action to use for the turn. It recharges after a short or long rest. At card to level 4, our Swashbuckler gets to choose a subclass as a level 3 fighter. We are going to choose Battle Master. This would give us 4 1d8 superiority dice and get to choose 3 battle maneuvers. For our maneuvers, we choose Disarming Attack, Fainting Attack, and Riposte. At card to level 5, we get to choose Feats as a level 4 fighter. For our feat, we increase our dexterity by 2, making it 18. At card to level 6, our Swashbuckler now gets an extra attack as a level 5 fighter. At card to level 7, we continue in the fighter class to get another feat as a level 6 fighter. For our feat, we choose Martial Adept to get an additional superiority die. For our maneuvers, we choose Trip and Evasive Footwork. At card to level 8, we get our last level of the fighter class. As a level 7 Battle Master, we get another superiority die. And we choose Pushing Attack and Sweeping Attack for our maneuvers. At card to level 9, our Swashbuckler gets Back of the Rogue class. As a level 2 rogue, he gets Cunning Action. Our Swashbuckler can dash, disengage, or hide by using a bonus action. At card to level 10, our Swashbuckler now has 2d6 for his sneak attack as a level 3 rogue. For this subclass, we choose Thief. This would give us Fast Hands and secondary story work. Fast Hands gives our Swashbuckler an extra bonus action, while second story work gives our Swashbuckler resistance to falling damage. At card to level 11, we get to choose a feat as a level 4 rogue. For our feat, increase our dexterity by 2 to make it 20. At card to level 12, the sneak attack of our Swashbuckler is now 3d6. We also gain the Uncanny Dodge ability. Once per turn, we can take half the usual damage. Gameplay. Although the Swashbuckler lacks the spellcasting ability, this build is still deadly during combat. He can use 7 superiority dice per combat if we make a short rest after each combat. 7 superiority dice is enough in combat, as a missed attack would not count as a use for the superiority dice. As a Swashbuckler, we also have a lot of tricks in our bag through our battle maneuvers, and to top it all, we have 2 bonus actions that every turn at our disposal. I would suggest letting our Swashbuckler wield 2 hand crossbows for our ranged weapon so that we could use our bonus action to fire the offhand hand crossbow. I suggest firing first the hand crossbow before going near the target to avoid a disadvantage on our attack roll. So that's the Swashbuckler build. If you want a different kind of melee non-caster build, here is a Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X build. In Tactician mode, it could have 9 attacks in a turn. In Honor mode, it can only have 7 attacks due to a different application of the haste spell. See you in the video. Ciao!